What is happening, everybody? My name is John Denton. Thank you so much for joining me today on the video. And yes, it's been a little while, but Drake's season is continuing. And I'll tell you the reason it's been a little while, because getting these later Drake projects up onto YouTube is very, very difficult, which is why you could well be watching this on Patreon first. Drake Views is actually chosen as this week's Patreon reaction as well, but I was always going to do it on the channel, so that's why it's up on the channel and not as a long-term Patreon exclusive. Please do check out the link for the Patreon exclusives every single week. Patrons choose an album for me to react to. It lives up there for a while before it goes onto YouTube. Okay then, of course I've heard One Dance, and of course I've heard Hotline Bling, so don't expect re-reactions to those. But apart from that, I think that I'm pretty clean on this record, so just gonna jump straight in. Guys, remember to subscribe if you're new, like, share the video. Now it goes. You know it is.
Be friends, friends I don't have anymore. How do you not check on me when things go wrong? Depend on you anymore.
Are we getting, is it Drake in his R&B bag throughout this whole one? Or are we gonna get some bars? If it's gonna be whole R&B album,
So predictable, I hate people like you. You're supposed to put your pride aside and ride for me.
Listen, whoever was in Drake's camp leaking stuff, you made him sing this weird song, so you know you've got a lot to answer for.
That I met on the way tries to get in the way. I'm fooling and serving them all like I work for minimum wage.
As an intro, listen, and if that's an intro to this and that's kind of the energy of the record, then fine, but I'm hoping for something with a little more Drake. You know, Drake.
I made a decision last night that I would die for it. Just to show the city what it takes to be alive for it. Can't get me on the line, so they hang me out to drive for it.
It's been like people, I mean, I know there'll be people watching this from Toronto. It's been from Toronto really fucking exciting of the last decade. I mean, not only did you have the basketball team winning, and by the way, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. My God, this is being recorded the day after that happened. Just awful. My head's been spinning ever since. It's beyond awful. It's just utterly awful. But to go back to my original point, I mean, with Drake, with The Weeknd, I know some other artists as well, but mainly those two. Just talking about the city, it just seems so exciting and vibrant the whole time. But I know what a city's like. It's just a place where you just go around and do your day-to-day shit. But I like the way they make it seem so exciting.
It's always on, man. I never get a break from it. Doesn't matter where I go, I can never get away from it. I wanna do major things, MJ in every way. I just don't fade away. 6 upside down, it's a 9 now.
Strange record this, isn't it? Seems like he's caught in between two camps. Seems like he's having a lot of issues anyway, although Drake's never one to shy away from talking about his issues, but musically kind of stuck between two places. I like the energy of that track, apart from a classic Drake cut, but I did like the energy, and I think that beat will be a grower.
On some DMX shit, I group DM my exes. I tell them they belong to me, that goes on for forever. Heard a lot about me before we started off. I know you heard of my pool parties like Mardi Gras. I know you heard of my girl is sponsored by Audemars. That's why she always correcting me when my time is off. And my house is the death.
Again, caught between two camps. Stuck in a kind of life from the past, a life that he wants to be living, but being pulled in different directions. Okay, I'm kind of getting the theme of this record. Shout out Marcus Houston as well. Roger from Sister Sister, Yes I Am That Old. And I like the lyric, I know you heard my girl is sponsored by Audemars, that's why she always correcting me when my time is off. That's a nice classic Drake pair of bars.
Ray in our conversation history, you playing mind games when you saying things, playing mind games, we both doing the same thing. Slide on a late night, you like to slide on a late night. You toying with it like Happy Meal. 3 dots, you thinking of a reaction still. Why you typing, make sure
so
you
good at that.
type it.
There's no one in the history of anything that's as good as saying shit like 3 dots. You're thinking of a 3 dots. You're thinking of a reaction still, and you're like, shit, yeah, fuck. When you have 3 dots on your phone, it's like it just connects so many millions of people. It's not even that complicated, but nobody else thinks of this stuff and just feeds it in as a casual little bar. It's never a punchline. It's always a casual little bar in there. And it's honestly, it's actually masterful because he's just always capable of doing it. And it's almost like a magic trick. I call it Instagram caption rap, you know I do. But he's a master of it.
Still a secret, couldn't come in through the front. Girl, I had your back when all you used to do was front. That's for sure though. They throwing, understand I got responsibilities. The people that I need and on my way to make this dough. A lot of niggas cut the check so they could take this flow. A lot of niggas cut the check so they could take this flow. Say I came up and forgot about your ass and that's some real shit.
That was hard. I think it was the strongest song so far on the record. I really like that final verse. But so far there's nothing that's really troubling anything on If You're Reading This, anything on Nothing Was the Same, do you know what I mean? Anything on Take Care. But that was a better track. I'm feeling a kind of melancholy from Drake here. Like I said, I'm feeling a transition from Drake here. I do prefer the older Drake energy. And maybe, you know, he needed this record to become who he is right now. I think he's in a good place right now musically. Not that I'm disliking this, I'm just not feeling it as much as the other records so far. But God, it's a long way to go. Drake, you have to make your album so damn long.
Who is it that's got you all gassed up? Yeah. Changing your opinion on me on purpose. Yeah. And you don't feel no way. You think I deserve it? Mean it anyway. Yeah. Feel away.
The weird, almost like disconnection with the beat. On this one, I was enjoying the kind of more 80s like drum machine type beat that was coming in there. But yeah, there's a weird juxtaposition with the actual music, and I don't really feel like it's doing a great deal for me.
I just hit a lick, I gotta hit a next one. Last year, I know you learned your lesson. I could GPS you if you need addressing. They always dying to mention me. They gotta die out eventually. I cannot give you the recipe. You know the game is so separately. Swear I just had an epiphany. Done. I don't take this shit for granted. I do my own propaganda. I feel like June Santana. Leg hanging out the fan on. 6 cold like a...
Really like the instrumentation in this beat. I'm not too sure what instrument that actually is. Trying to pick it out. I don't know if it's guitar or something else with strings. But it just sounds really good. I've always liked Drake on these type of beats anyway. Drake rapping. I'm fine with Drake singing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like Drake just always has to rap. I don't mind Drake singing. I'm just not feeling the energy of some of these songs.
A gram too poppin' the fuck of the chain too heavy to tuck it. I'm serious. I feed my family with this, so don't play with my money this summer. I'm serious. I have bees when I'm 70. They cannot fuck with the legacy. I don't know what else is left for me. After this, no one a threat to me. My enemies wanna be friends with my other enemies. I don't let it get to me.
I don't know what's with every song having like a really long outro as well. It's like, how long do you want the fucking album to be, Drake? Better, subject matter alright, I guess he's having issues with other rappers, all that sort of stuff. Like I say, it seems to be the melancholic transition to being the king that, I don't know, it's not that you shouldn't feel sorry for the guy. We want to live in your glory as well a little bit, you know, not just all feel bad for you.
Right. Then bring it back to your brother, man, we had to respect it. He was wavy doing mixtapes out of your basement. Those, I mean, you boys not even coming close. I gave niggas like you a reason for celebration. Creeping like chili without the tender love and care. No tender love and...
Nice. TLC reference there. Creeping like chili without tender love and care. I like that.
But couldn't pull it together. Yeah. But here we are, and it's a new semester. I get green like Earth Day. You treat me like I'm born yesterday. You forgot my birthday. You platinum like rappers on Hershey's. Boy, that shit is worthless. You get the message over and over like it was urgent.
So I don't mind a little bit of a fuck you. This is the energy that I actually wanted after that track. I need a little bit of a fuck you. We kind of want to go along with Drake on his journey. And like we're getting brought along with him on that. I said this on one of my other Drake videos, obviously done a ton recently. I think it might have been What a Time to Be Alive. But Drake does that thing so well, is he feels like you're being brought along with him. You're kind of part of his victories. You're not really, but he makes you feel like that. So when you listen to the music, it makes you feel a type of way. And I think that's why he has so many people that, you know, really ride for him. And this is another one of those tracks that's like that. It's like, we're on his team, we're saying fuck you to the doubters. And it's like, well, actually, we're just listening to the music. But that's another skill that he has with his pen.
Oklahoma City Thunder, the most successful rapper 35 and under. I'm assuming everybody's 35 and under. That's when I'm planning retirement, it's already funded. But shit ain't always how it seems when it's so together.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
I let that last line breathe.
The shit ain't always how it seems when it's sewn together nice. And he said, oh, okay, then I let that last line breathe. It take a second to get it. I got it straight away, Drake. Come on. Don't stand back and look at your own work and be pleased with it. That's one of the worst. They say, you know, footballers do that all the time. Fighters do that all the time. They hit a pretty shot and then they'll just admire it for a second and it's too late. The counter's already coming. There's other rappers already filling that gap with 3 or 4 more double entendres. You're great. Don't sit back and admire it too much.
TTC Metro, I had the place booming. First take Drake, you know I rarely have to take to it. That's when I can buy what I want, get high when I want.
Yeah, I like that track. I have a feeling that that would be one of those tracks that the more you listen to it, the more you get connected to it, the better the energy is. Like, that could actually go down. Even the name of it and everything, obviously, with him growing up on this Western road. It's just one of those ones that manages to combine currency, and I don't mean money, I mean being current, and a nostalgia at the same time. Again, one of his great gifts as an MC, as a rapper, as an artist.
Yeah. Bring your mouth. I'd rather listen to someone else. I gave your nickname to someone else. I know you seeing someone that loves you, and I don't want you to see no one else. Oh yeah. Redemption's on your mind when you think about Lady you. The Mercedes coupe that you still driving was for me and you.
This is the most boring song I've ever heard in my life. Really up and down, this record.
I know you feel what I feel. Breaking you off, it's so real. I can't fake that, babe. My love's locked down and you coughing it.
See, I know this isn't Drake singing, this is P&D, but I do like Drake in this bag when there's melody to it. Do you know what I mean? When there's a little bit of energy to it. When it's just a beat like on that last song. I know there was some interesting stuff going on in the background, some very distant, weird vocal samples, but it doesn't really matter. Here, a bit of melody, a bit of energy, and I'm into it.
Have something to bring up when it's time. Mixing vodka and emotions, tapping into your emotions. Put no shit off in the game. This ain't no motherfucking 9-1. We out here rapping for money, you niggas rapping for fun.
UGK is a group I need to hear more of, definitely.
Working, ain't ya? You don't have no time to lay up. You just trying to be somebody. For you say you need somebody. Someone else. That pussy knows me better than I know myself. The juice and the squeeze. Talk like it bet it all on me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not dissimilar to the other tracks, but I don't know, it's just slightly better energy off it here. Just the combination of the way the beat sounds. There is a bit more melody again to the singing. I'm just feeling this one a little bit more. I think this one would work over time. Again, I don't think this project is anywhere near on the level of Nothing Was the Same. Anywhere near on the level of Take Care. Anywhere near on the level of If You're Reading It. Devious End, very nice voice.
How did I finesse all of this shit from Jane and Weston? Girls all in my bed and they don't trip off first impression. But I'm still like, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. 6 point star, lion of the Judah. All my niggas, they ain't off rockin' Gucci. Wanna do it, then we all gotta do it.
I mean, I guess the energy was better on that track, but it was just kind of a bit empty.
Plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lie for you. You like it when I get aggressive. Tell you to go slower, go faster, like controller. And I'm never on a wasting shawty. I do it how you say you want it. Them girls, they just wanna take my money.
Y'all tear off me garments, and I'm all fi coming to me apartment too.
Die for you, I think I'd die for you. Do things when you want me to, like controller.
I reckon I like this one if I hear it multiple times, because when I first heard One Dance, which was obviously on this, I didn't like it at first, but the radio just made me listen to it 4 million times, and I ended up liking it in the end. I could see similar vibes to this one. This kind of music in this genre does take a few listens for me. Am I going to go out of my way to go and listen to it again? I don't think so. But at the same time, if it was for some reason on a playlist I had to listen to it alone, I reckon I'd end up liking it.
Baby, I like you so.
Oh no, actually.
Grips on your ways, front way, back way.
Actually, no. Listening to the first few bars of that, there's a better energy to that song. There's a better depth to the bass. There's syncopation with the beat. The female vocal on it is a better song. I was thinking, okay, they're pretty similar, but actually, no, it's a different level. That may be because I've heard that one loads and I know where it's all coming in, but no, I think I'm right. I've got to be honest with you guys. I'm pretty disappointed in this record. I thought it was going to be... I knew it wasn't necessarily going to be like bar heavy, rap heavy. I knew what I was kind of getting in for. But it's just a bit too meandering. It's just a bit too low blood sugar for me. It's just a little bit too lacking in energy. There's moments on it. Don't get me wrong. Like I said earlier on, there's still plenty of tracks I do like. There's still plenty I'd pick out and put in like a big long Drake playlist. But overall, just to listen to all in one go. I mean, the fact that I've still got so much to go, and some of those songs are so sleepy.
That can't sit well. Oh well, ship sail. Still mine, all mine. Cosign, cosign. I pull up and got so big that they try to hit me with both fines. Hype Williams, big pimpin', yeah, just like the old times. Whole city going crazy. Top 5, no debating. Top 5. And the whole city rate me. And I'm back inside the matrix. And I said that we would make it. Ain't squad with some traitors. They gon' think I want a Grammy. They gon' think I want a Grammy. They gon' think I want a Grammy. I'm showing now they can't stand me. Showing now they can't stand me. Swerving off they can't stand me. I don't want to talk to you have-beens. I don't want features no nothing. I don't want features to nothing. You can't even get on my guest list.
Very much needed at this point of the album, where his voice sounded like an instrument, bringing a completely different energy, and I'll come back to that word again, bringing back a different energy to the whole album.
Don't make me give you back. I say bounce that shit like whoa. Yeah, bounce that shit like whoa. This is not a fairy tale. I already know how you like it. Take you to the mall and get you a new outfit. Girl, that's just some child's play. Bounce that shit like...
This might be the most sexy song I've ever heard in my life, but when the beat dropped, it did sound fucking awesome.
Yeah. Bounce that shit like oh. Cadillac like I'm Teddy Pendergrass. Whipping on the shit, I'm getting ready.
Yeah, it's a weird song lyrically. Like when he talks about women like that, it just made me feel a little bit strange. I've said that on previous videos. The beat drop was good. Again, I mean, am I going to go back to that song? I don't think so.
Yeah. Dropped out of school, now we done rich. This sound like some 4301 shit. All my niggas wanna do is pop style. Turn my birthday into a lifestyle. Tell my mama I love her if I do not make it. Got so many chain, they call me chain and tater. I cannot be gotten, that's a given. Yeah, give a real nigga a number one. Even though I got like 21. Can I be me, I'm a 101.
Love this beat. Love it.
Schooling your ass like 101. Problems hit the gym, they all work out. MVP, 09 all the way to 16. Even next season looking like a breeze. Lot of y'all ain't built for the league. Yeah. My niggas wanna do is pop style. Turn my birthday into a lifestyle.
You enjoyed the beat on that one. Again, lyrically, it was nothing to change the world over. You know what? It was just nice to get a beat that sounded like that. This album, I must admit, is just kind of washing over me a little bit, which is really disappointing because I was really, really enjoying the previous 3 projects from Drake that I heard. And I think Scorpion is a better record than this. There won't be a Scorpion reaction because I've heard that album. I listened to it when it came out. But yeah, this to me, I know there's other projects in his back catalogue, but it's gonna be go down as his weakest project for me, but I will listen to some of his other stuff before Drake's season is over.
Look, I don't know how to talk to you. And last night, I think I lost my patience. Last night,
yeah, actually, I have heard this song a ton. It's just one that's kind of disappeared out of my memory and been replaced by tracks like Work, tracks like One Dance. I don't think this one gets played very much anymore on the radio, whereas other songs do. Yeah, a decent track. I like Drake and Rihanna as a combination. Again, it's not something that I would put on the same level as a Work, put on the same level as a Take Care, definitely. But it's a decent combo. We'd have a little interlude with 3 tracks to go after this, but okay, I mean, it sounded alright, I guess.
Throwing dirt on my old name only gets worse when you know things. You don't see the perks of this whole thing, but you get real on a pill and I like it. Fight it. Tell me how you feel inside. You a real ass woman and I like it.
Just boring. I want to come up with more intelligent criticism than that. I'm sure there's plenty of people who vibe with this, but super, super slow, meandering, aimless R&B has never been my bag. When you combine that with the fact that Drake doesn't have the best voice in the world, it's not like he's singing beautifully over these tracks. He's fine. I'm not getting mad at his voice. I have a problem with Drake's voice. But a song like this is just like, come on, man, this is the 18th track. Do we need this one?
Feel the pressure, man, I know the pressure. And my
There we
wifey is
go.
the spice like I'm David Beckham. A lot of pent-up aggression coming out of my section. To turn into arrogance. Thoughts too deep to go work them out with a therapist. I get a blank page when I try to draw a comparison. I'm getting straight to the point with it.
I don't need all the songs to be like this, but when you got a song like this straight away, you know I'm a sucker for that type of soul Motown sample in the background. Give me that and a piano and I'm pretty much going to like the song. I'm fucking predictable. But we all like Drake like this. Give us more of this. Don't give us that Fire and Desire and make me fall asleep type of song. Actually, do what you want. Fuck it. Who am I to talk? You do what you want. I just don't necessarily vibe with this one. But this one I like.
None of y'all niggas. Fuck being all buddy with the opposition. It's like the front of the plane, nigga. It's all business. Bleeding towards their goals. My niggas still hit the club when it's 20 below. Who you think running the show? You saw it in me at 20 years old. You don't worry about fitting in when you custom made. Me and Nico used to plot on how to make a change. Now me and Kobe doing shots the night before the game. Still drop 40 with liquor in my system.
Fuck, man. Rest in peace to Kobe. Crazy, I had no idea that lyric was coming up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like I said earlier in the video, man, it's my head's still spun. I've got another screen open. I always have 2 screens open, and it's the first thing on my screen is Kobe R.I.P. right there in front of me. It's absolutely fucking dreadful. It's so dreadful it doesn't even bear thinking about. But yeah, just obviously a lyric like that's probably been quoted a million times already since it's happened.
Niggas quick to double cross like both of us Christian. Lamborghini got me feeling like Christian Bale. And I never bet my morals for the ticket sales. And women from my favorite movies, karma's such a thing of beauty. I share more of my story, but you wouldn't believe it. It's far-fetched like I threw that shit 100 meters. I keep it 100 like I'm running a fever.
Much better track, strong track. The Kobe line hit me, but yeah, some great bars in there. That felt like more classic Drake, and he's capable of throwing that out almost at any time, because we've heard tracks like that since, and obviously many before. The final track's Hotline Bling. You don't need to see me react to that. I think there is actually a reaction with me in it on the internet anyway, should you really need to. But overall, probably quite a disappointing project for me. Definitely the weakest of the Drake projects that I've reacted to. And I would also say it's a weaker project than Scorpion, in my opinion. Saying that, I still enjoyed, obviously, the track and views. I don't mind Too Good with Rihanna. I do like One Dance. Grammys with Future was okay. The Beat and Pop style was good. I like Western Road Flows. Hype was okay, and You With Me was okay. So, you know, overall, still plenty of tracks that you can go back to, plenty of tracks that I would say was enjoyable. But for a 20-track album, it felt bloated. There was a lot of filler on there. And while I don't mind Drake in his R&B bag at all, this is not what this is about. I actually like the fact that he switches it up. I like the fact there is variety in his music, but at the same time, I just don't think that that was anywhere near his strongest stuff in that lane, and I don't think the rapping side was anywhere near as strong as, I don't know, off the top of my head, a Pound Cake, for example. It doesn't stop me being a Drake fan. I am a Drake fan. Drake is somebody that I like to poke fun at. He is meme-worthy when you're at the top like that. He is kind of ridiculous, but I am a fan. Like, his music is so consistently good, even though I would say this is the weakest project of his that I've heard, considering how much music he's put out, considering how long he's been at the top of the game. He's still ludicrously consistent, and whereas Scorpion, I would say, is also not on the level of those previous projects, there's still so many great tracks on that as well. If you're seeing this on Patreon, once again, thank you so much for the support. You guys on Patreon are actually taking this to the point where I can almost officially do this full-time as a YouTuber. We're close to the numbers, and that's absolutely phenomenal, so thank you so much for that. Guys, if you've seen this on YouTube, please do subscribe and all that sort of stuff. You know how to do YouTube. Leave a like if you want to chuck it on the Reddit as well. There's free karma for you, and it always does well for me, so thank you very much. Guys, I've been John Denton. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the record, your favourite songs, your thoughts on Drake and other stuff I need to do, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye!